today I will be talking on, my name is Esther James. I am a linguist and I specialize as an English phonologist, teaching the non-native speakers of English language, especially the professionals, on how to identify the spoken English challenges and to fix them for effective communication with the audience. So today I will be talking on our problem. Our problem. All right, when I say what am I actually talking about? When I say is it letter R? Am I talking about letter? Am I calling letter A? No, not actually. I'm not talking of letter A. I'm actually talking about that sound, or sorry, that letter in the 26 letters of the English alphabet. One of the letters in the 26 letters of the English alphabet we normally call R. That letter is pronounced R and not R, right? Now, I want to talk about this letter. The pronunciation of, there are a lot of people, I have come across some persons that don't have this sound. So I'm going to talk about it as a sound, not as a letter now. Okay? As a sound, we pronounce it as R. That's a sound. The sound of this. Yes, that's how the sound has, that's how it is sound. Okay? So pronouncing that sound, you must roll your tongue. R. So a lot of persons don't have this sound. I'm not talking about letter now. I'm talking about sounds. Remember, we have 26 letters of the English letters, and then we have 44 sounds. And in one of this, in the 44 sounds, this R sound is one of them. The sound is one of the 44 sounds of English language. Now, some language people, they don't have the sound in their sound system. And because they don't have the sound, they cannot pronounce it, yes. They don't pronounce it. What they do, they exchange it for another sound. I don't know whether I want to say that sound is closer to the R sound, because they exchange it for L. They exchange the R for L sound. So what they do, if they have a word like road, they say load. They have a word like cross, they say close. Okay, I want to close the load. Okay, they say I want to close the load. Okay, and this is a serious problem. So any word of English that has, this sound, the R sound, they just exchange it. They exchange it for the L. So these are the people that don't have the R sound at all. They don't have it. Okay? Then there is another set of people. They have the R, they know it, but they cannot roll their tongue for that R. Okay? So if they want to say something like prayer, they say prayer. They say prayer, prayer. If they want to say something like road, they say wood. They cannot roll the R. They cannot roll their R. So we call it R factor. R factor problem. The same way we have H factor problem, we also have R factor problem. So they cannot roll their R and they say something like wood, course. Do you want to course? And they have a word like privilege. They say privilege, prayer or pray. Please pray for us. Okay. These are deficiencies, that the non-native speakers of English language are experiencing. Now, like I always say, that it's not because these people are not learned. It's simply because they don't have that sound in that sound system. Perhaps they may have the symbol, but the symbol is being pronounced a different way. So the moment they see the symbol, their mind goes to the real sound, the sound in their own sound system. So it is better for all professionals, after you've known your profession very well, then you must learn communication skills, because you need to communicate your profession to the professional world. And the professional world is not made up of your language people. The professional world is a multilingual world where you have people of different languages. And if you have all this mother tongue interference, it's going to affect their understanding, because these are mother tongue interference. Now, when we have a wrong notion about, I think we have a wrong notion about mother tongue interference. We used to think mother tongue interference is how you speak as a person or how you sound. No, mother tongue interference has nothing to do with your personality or how you sound as a person. It's not about the texture of your voice. The texture of your voice is your identity, is how you sound, is you. Naturally, it is you. So you don't have to change the way you sound as a person. Mother tongue interference is you bringing in the sound of your own language, bringing the sound, your native sound, the sound of your language to a second language, pronouncing a second language using the sound of your own language. And we do that unconsciously. That happens when you come across sounds of English or sound of a second language which you don't have in your own sound system. So you make use, unconsciously, you make use of your own sound, the sound of your own language, to pronounce a second, the sounds of a second language. And in this case, we are looking at English language. For the purpose of this class, we are looking at English language as a second language. Now, what are we supposed to do as professionals, as speakers, as teachers, as music ministers, as pastors? What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to learn English language, the skills of communication, the skills of spoken English, in fact, as a second profession, so that we can be able to communicate our profession, to our audience effectively. This is what we ought to do. So you can agree with me that English language is a second profession to all professionals, because you will need to communicate your profession. You need help in this area, we are always available at Speak Right Communication and Consultancy with the number 08068191368. Contact us and we can be of help to you. We've made a research on all the sounds, and we know the general, we know the individual extreme sounds, and we know how to know the very one that is affecting you and how we can fix them, can help you to fix them for effective communication. All right, so this is where we are going to end for this class today. Bye for now.